The thread of light, a global tapestry, they say somewhere on Earth. A single golden thread circles the world, unseen, unbroken, passing from one heart to another. It does not bind nations or armies, but souls. No one has ever seen it. But every time a person does something kind, asking for nothing in return, it glows a little brighter, strengthening the invisible fabric that holds humanity together. The boy who traded kindness, Morocco. The thread's light, though dim, began with the honest heart of Amir, a boy who ran a tiny stall outside Marrakesh, fixing broken sandals for travelers worn by the desert sun. His hands were skilled, quick, and usually dusty. One day, a woman with eyes as tired as her torn shoes stopped by. She was journeying back to Spain and had no coins left, only a small, beautifully patterned jar of wild honey. She apologized, ready to continue her painful walk. But Amir, seeing the weariness in her face, simply smiled, revealing a gap between his front teeth. "We don't always trade silver," he said, taking the shoes. "Sometimes we trade kindness." He repaired them completely, using his best leather and strongest thread. She left the honey anyway, a sweet golden exchange for a piece of his soul. When the woman reached her home in Spain, she recounted the tale of the boy who refused payment, sharing it online and calling it the Sandal Maker of Morocco. The simple story of the honest trade found thousands of readers, and the invisible golden thread pulled taut, glowing faintly for the first time. The musician's return, Brazil. Thousands of miles away, in the clamor and color of Rio de Janeiro, a street musician named Lucia read that story. She had lost her spark, tired of playing for empty, indifferent crowds, convinced her music no longer mattered. But the tale of Amir and the honey jar reminded her why she had first picked up her guitar, to bring joy without asking for anything back. Lucia dusted off her guitar and took it not to the busy plaza, but to a children's hospital. Her song echoed through the sterile halls like sunlight breaking through rain clouds, a melody of pure, unsolicited joy. A nurse, moved to tears, filmed the spontaneous concert. The video, titled simply Lucia's Song, spread quickly, passing from Brazil across the ocean to Italy, brightening the thread further. The farmer's hope, Italy. In the sun-baked Italian countryside, an old farmer named Pietro watched Lucia sing on his worn mobile phone. His own fields had gone dry, choked by a sudden drought that seemed insurmountable. The song's vibrant warmth, shared across continents, moved him to tears, not of sadness, but of recognition. The music reminded him that hope was a renewable resource. Pietro decided he would not save his last, dwindling savings for his family's flight from the farm. Instead, he would use it to dig a well, not just for his own failing crops, but for his entire thirsty village. Days later, when the drill finally broke through the bedrock, water burst from the earth in a triumphant geyser. The villagers cheered and wept, their voices joining in collective relief. A traveler from India passing through filmed the moment, whispering to his camera, "One man's hope can feed 1,000. The seeds of peace, India, that traveler's young daughter, Mira, watched the video of the farmer's well on the dusty road to Delhi. Inspired by the sudden rush of life, she knew her contribution had to be something that grew. With her friends, she started planting small, unauthorized gardens near busy train stations, tiny patches of marigolds and jasmine, injecting unexpected color into the gray, impersonal bustle of the city. When an old homeless man, who had long since forgotten how to smile, asked what she was doing, Mira looked up, trowel in hand. She said, "Planting peace." He watched her work, and slowly a genuine smile cracked the years of hardness on his face. The small gardens, acts of gentle rebellion, became a new story, crossing the thread from India to Japan. The whispers of courage, Japan. Half a world away, a teacher in Tokyo, moved by the story of Mira's tiny, persistent gardens, gathered her students. She told them that the world is stitched together not by grand speeches or massive structures, but by small acts of deliberate kindness. Her students took the lesson to heart. They became silent, invisible agents of encouragement, leaving anonymous notes on subway seats, tucked into library books and taped onto vending machines. The notes were simple, profound. "You matter. Keep going. Tomorrow needs you." Commuters, weary from the daily grind, found these tiny whispers of courage and began to lift their heads. smiling at strangers again. The bread of endurance, Alaska. A fisherman's wife, flying home from a difficult trip, found one of those anonymous Japanese notes on a layover flight in Tokyo. She took it with her all the way back to the icy quiet of Alaska. That winter, when her beloved husband died, the darkness threatened to consume her, but she kept the note taped to her kitchen window. "Tomorrow needs you." It was a silent daily command. She turned her grief outward, baking her famous sourdough bread for lonely neighbors and travelers stranded by fierce snowstorms. One of those travelers, a writer from Kenya, tasted the warmth and the resilience in her crust. He told her, "You've reminded me the world is still kind." The golden thread, Kenya. Back home, the Kenyan writer wove all these separate events. The sandal maker, the honey, the hospital song, the well, the tiny gardens, the subway notes, and the winter bread into a single sweeping narrative he called The Thread of Light. It was translated into 20 languages. People from every corner of the world read it and saw themselves reflected in the chain of compassion. Morocco, Brazil, Italy, India, Japan, Alaska. They recognized that the true power wasn't in the scale of the acts, but in their intentional connection. And in each place, someone, moved by the invisible story, did something kind for someone else.